Hello, you lovely people. This is me, the Bombay chef Varun Inamdar, and welcome to Get Curried. Well, today's recipe is absolutely home style and one of my most favorites. This is that one recipe that I make in my place almost every 15 days, and that is my grandmother's recipe. And this is a home style chicken curry. Now, whether you call it Varun Inamdar's grandmother's curry, or you call this a home style chicken curry, or you call this a village chicken curry, it's all the same. Well, this is a recipe where you do not need laborious work. What you need to do is just collect everything in a plate or in a platter and fry them. What needs to be fried? Let's head to the kitchen and check.
First things first, let's begin with lighting the flame and adding in 2 tablespoons of regular vegetable oil. Now, like I said, this is an absolutely quick, simple and easy recipe. You do not have to really wait for anything. You do not have to kind of add it in bits and parts. You take all this collection of ingredients that is there in the platter. Please visit the description box and check the detailed recipe. And all of this gets added at one shot. Now, you will see zillions of recipes where we talk about using one ingredient at a time, giving it a little bit of a color, toasting it lightly, bringing it to a certain color and temperature, and then adding the next ingredient. But this one is an absolutely quick, simple and easy recipe where you push everything in oil, saute it for somewhere around 8 to 10 minutes, and that's about it. To kind of hasten the process, we can add in salt at this stage, but we need to remember that salt has been added and adjust it accordingly later. It's been somewhere around 8 to 9 minutes, and if you see closely, the onions, tomatoes and everything that we added has kind of wilted and has reduced in size, and that's exactly what we're looking at. Well, it's not completely cooked, it's not well done at all, it's just kind of wilted. At this stage, I'm going to add in turmeric powder, along with this garam masala powder, and finally chili powder, as much as you can take or as much as you like. Mix all of this well, and this is the only time where we are going to use the spices. We are not going to add them again, so you can add the entire amount at this point in time. Mix all of this well and allow this to cook for another 3 to 4 minutes on medium flame. In case you think it's sticking at the bottom, you can either add in just a teaspoon more of oil, but no water. Remember that. The masala is fried and ready, and if you see, it's also started releasing oil on the sides, and it's also sticking at the bottom. At this point in time, off goes the flame, and this entire masala needs to be removed and cooled to room temperature, because the next step is to grind this into a fine and absolutely smooth paste. The masala has now cooled down. Time to remove the bay leaf and keep it aside. We're not throwing this. I'm going to keep this with the chicken because I'm actually going to use this yet again. The paste is ground and ready, and also if you notice, I have kind of washed the mixer jar and I've retained the water because that's extremely important, because all the flavors lie there. The next step is to heat the same kadhai in which we earlier fried the masalas and add in the remaining oil. Allow this to heat lightly, and to this we're going to add in the masala paste. Ensure that you take every little grain of the spice, because that's where the entire essence of this lies. Stir this up well and ensure that you also kind of keep scraping the sides and the base, because you want all the beautiful brown parts which have earlier stuck onto the kadhai to also kind of release, because that also has some amazing flavor. That's also going to give you a little bit of a smoky, a little bit of a burnt flavor to this gravy, and that's exactly what you're looking at. Well, you're not going to cook this further because that's not what you're looking at. At this stage, I'm going to add in the bay leaf that was used earlier and removed, and to this I'm also going to add in the chicken pieces. No marination, nothing, absolutely plain and simple. And to this I'm also going to add in some potatoes, because to me a good chicken curry without potatoes is no good. At this stage, I'm also going to add in the water from the spice mix. To this, finally, I'm going to add in salt as required, but remember the fact that salt was already added in the recipe earlier.
Well, after adding in salt and adding in the remaining water from the spice mix, one final stir, and then you need to cook this on low flame for 20 minutes till the chicken and potatoes are wonderfully cooked. Well, alternately, you can also begin the entire recipe in a pressure cooker or a pressure pan, and then again you either cook it on low flame for 20 minutes or for 2 whistles, and then immediately serve this with a bowl of steaming rice.
The chicken curry has become nice, silken, smooth, and absolutely tasty. It's been 20 minutes now. I've not stirred it even once. I've just let it simmer on medium to low flame, and that's about it. And the oil has started releasing from the sides, which means our chicken curry is done and ready.